stuff. Today I'm going to show you how to make 15. Some of you might know I just had a baby. She is actually 6 weeks old this week. Not only that, soccer season has started, track season has started, and so dinner time is a little wild trying to balance everything. So I love having freezer meals on hand that I can just throw them in and I don't even have to think about dinner time. Now, if you love freezer meals or you've been doing them for a long time, as sisters, we have something fun coming up very soon. If you want to get on our wait list, I'll put the link down below in the description. All right, if you're ready, let's just jump into the recipes. This is our teriyaki, the recipes that take the longest time. Now, when I'm making a lot of recipes at once, you don't have to make these all at once. I've made it so you can just make one and then double or triple the recipe, and it works out perfect too. Now with this video today, I am actually making the recipe 3 times. So I'm having 5 recipes into my 8 3 times. Got my rice here. Then for every 1 cup of white rice, it's 1 cup and 1/4 of water. So I have quite a bit of water here. Then I just mix the rice around just a little bit before I cook. So whether you're cooking 1 cup of rice or 6 cups of rice, you're just gonna cook white rice for 7 minutes. Gonna put the lid on. We're going to come down to, you have a little knob, make sure that knob is on sealing, not 7 minutes. Now this one, I vegetables, and I love buying just a huge bag of stir fry. Now you can cook this on your skillet, but I'm just going to put it on a cookie sheet so I can cook the whole bag at one time. All right, put some parchment paper down. Okay, we're gonna cook this at 400 degrees just until the carrots are nice and soft. So I'm gonna this recipe, I'm gonna do about 4 chicken. If you don't have a second Instant Pot, you can bake your chicken. Now this is just a normal. Then you just wanna make sure you add enough water that it won't burn. So we're gonna put quite a bit of water in there and then cook it for about 20 minutes. Chicken is all ready to go, all cooked up. And our rice is looking good. That is some good sticky rice. Those are also ready to go. All we've nice it together now. I'm just gonna work 1 recipe at a time. Ooh. So we're gonna pull out 3 or 4 chicken breasts right now, and we're gonna cut them or shred them all up. So we're gonna put these in freezer bags. We're gonna dump in the chicken and then a little bit more room. So we just wanna make sure that I grabbed 1/3 of the vegetables. And I'm just gonna put those right on top of the chicken. You can add more vegetables if you want to also. Now usually you would add sauce or something like this, but I like to just have my sauce on the side, not opened yet, just so people can choose how much teriyaki sauce they want. So we're just gonna freeze it just like this. Now you're just gonna do that 2 more times, so you'll have a total of 3 of those recipes. Now, about 1/3 of the rice, put it into a freezer ready to go, and we're just gonna scoop it out along with your chicken. All right, so we have our 3 bags of chicken teriyaki. Then we have our 3 bags of rice. All right, the next recipe I'm making is Mexican in the grocery store, but lately, usually they're nowhere. So they do have some in the freezer department. So what you're gonna do is take your squash. All the recipe instructions are down below in the description for you. You're gonna cook them and shred them. You need about 2 pounds of spaghetti squash per casserole. While the spaghetti squash is cooking, we're gonna cook 3 pounds of ground turkey. Okay, now it's time to just throw everything into a 9x13 aluminum pan. So we're gonna start with the spaghetti squash. Now, if you had normal spaghetti squash, it wouldn't look like this. It would be shredded. Now we have our ground turkey. We cooked the 3 pounds, so we're gonna kind of split this. Next, we have 2 green bell peppers. 1 can dump in here. We have 1 small can of green chilies. 1 and then about a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I'm leaving the liquid in there. So our spices, we have 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna mix that together a little bit, and then just sprinkle that all over. And then the last thing is about 1 1/4 cup of cheese that we want mixed in with this. So that's all right. Again, we're gonna mix this all together. This looks good. I'm excited for this. Okay, then we're just going to spread, and then we're gonna put the rest of the cheese on top. Then you're just gonna do the same exact thing 2 more times. Then you're going to cover it with foil. We're gonna cook it at 400 degrees. Now, with this recipe, you can eat it just like that to make it a little bit healthier. You can even put it on top of salad if you want to. But for my kids, they would probably love me to make some baked nachos out of it. So kind of get to play around with what you like. All right, next up is our Hawaiian barbecue chicken tacos. This is one of my husband's favorites. Okay, I already put the chicken in so you don't have to see me, you know, try and suffer squeezing those in the bag. So there's about 3 large chicken breasts in there. You can add so if you have small ones, make sure you do like 4 or 5 crushed pineapples. That worked really well. So we're just gonna put in the liquid and the pineapple. So next we have 1 cup of barbecue sauce, and then just go ahead and do it. If you know me, you know that I like. Then you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar to each bag. You don't have to add the brown sugar if you want to make this a little bit healthier, but I like the flavor that it gives it. Next thing is liquid smoke. I love liquid smoke. We're just gonna add onions. We have 1.5 cup of onion to each bag. Then we chopped up all the. Now, if you like a lot of spice, I'm just gonna add just a little bit just for flavor. Jalapenos. You can use fresh or canned. My kids aren't going to eat it. Then we have about 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Then we have about 2 cloves of garlic. I love to use the minced garlic. And then the last one is you have yellow mustard. We're just doing about 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. Okay, now they are all done. We're just gonna take it off here, get all of the air out, and then around just a little bit before we want a big mustard clump. We're just gonna kind of mix now everything. These are all done. I just forgot to tell you, if you're gonna cook it in the Instant Pot, 20 minutes. Or 6 to 8 hours. In the Instant Pot, 25 minutes. All right,
Slow cooker
so when I asked my sisters
hours.
what freezer meals I should share with you, 3 of them said meatball soup, so that's what we're making. A little bit healthier. First thing we're gonna add is just a bag of meatballs. Now you can use turkey meatballs. 20 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Then we have 1 package of ranch seasoning. We're just gonna dump right in. For the vegetable part, so we have about 1 onion that we're gonna just dump in there. This is 4 carrots that we chopped up. And then 3 to 4 stalks of celery. Garlic. You can also add salt and pepper now. Okay, I like to do it when it's all done. 6 cloves. We're just going to zip this baby up, and then we'll finish the other ones. Okay, they are all done. They look so good. Now, we need 4 cups of beef broth when you cook it. So you can keep it frozen, put it in your Instant Pot or even your stock pot, and you're gonna add 4 cups of broth as it cooks. Now, if you're doing an Instant Pot, it needs to cook for 7 minutes. If you're gonna do your slow cooker, it's about 3 to 4 hours on low. All right, and the last recipe I'm making is Fiesta Ranch Chicken Burritos. So you can make these for your meal and then double or triple the recipe and stick them in the freezer. Okay, because we're tripling this recipe, we are gonna add about 1.5 cups of seasoned Greek yogurt. It's about 1 tablespoon we're gonna add per recipe, so we're gonna add 3 here and then just mix this all together. So we're gonna take a whole wheat tortilla and take some of the sauce we just made, gives it a little bit of kick. Put it down. You can do it thick or as thin as you want. I'm not gonna add chicken. Now I did a rotisserie chicken, but if you want to shred, like cook it in the Instant Pot and put it in here too, that works just great. Then we're gonna add just a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of red onion. You don't have to add the onion if you don't want to, but I love red onion. Some cucumbers. And then I like to put just a little bit of cilantro on top. Okay, and we're just going to roll this up. So I like to pull on the sides and then roll it in. So I like to eat these cold. So when my husband goes to work, I'll pull one out of the freezer and then just wrap it in foil, and it will stay cold pretty much all day. So then when it's time for lunch, you can just unwrap it and eat it. Now before I end, if you saw my last video about my cat, for this video today, the cat got into the tortillas. I know. So